So without further ado, let's give a round of applause to Dr. Lola Adeyemi. And you know, I told her, I said, this your bio is so long.
Thank you so much. Hello, everybody. Hello. Phew, that was tiring. Okay. Hi, baby. So, even though I have gone to Harvard, I have gone to Hopkins, I am a doctor, I'm a CEO, and all of what she said, there was a time in my life where I didn't know who I wanted to be. I didn't know anything. I didn't know how I was gonna turn out. I didn't know so many things. I was clueless. Like, I didn't have all the answers, and I still don't have all the answers. You know, so even though it looks like I have it all made out, I still sometimes don't have all the answers. In my daily life, I have some of my close friends here. They know some of my struggles. Yes, I have a company that hires quite a bit of people. I started a new one, and it has its daily challenges, but I don't, and I didn't know how to get to where I have gotten today. So why am I here? I'm here because I couldn't think of anything better than to spend my Saturday with beautiful women like you, first and foremost. And what are you going to get out of it? You're going to get a little bit about me, but most of all, you're going to get a little bit of information too that's going to hopefully propel you or help you or guide you to some of the things that you can do if you're trying to start a new business, or you're trying to get a promotion, or you're trying to move ahead in your career. Just a few tips. And some of it you would have heard before, but sometimes we have to hear things over and over and over again to get it. Or you want to hear it from somebody else, somebody outside your circle for it to hit home. And that's why I'm here today. So a little bit about me. So I had a dramatic entry to the world. I was born in a car. So on the way to the hospital, my mother went into labor, and we went to the hospital, and unfortunately, oh, same as you, yeah. And so, fortunately or unfortunately, the car broke down. This was in Nigeria, on the roadside. And my father was stopping cars to help, and a white Peugeot 504 stopped. It was a surgery. They were going to a hospital nearby, told them the situation, they got in the car, and on the way to the hospital, my mother said, she's coming. My father said, no. Anyway, my father delivered me at the back seat of a white Peugeot 504 with white leather seats. Oh my God. And so they got to the hospital, of course, luggage seats. They got to the hospital, they went inside, and my father went in with me and my mother in emergency. Before he came back out, the car was gone. So that was an angel. That was my first angel. So my dramatic entry to the world. But maybe that's, well, I am assuming my dramatic, but also probably as my knowledge as a physician, I must have had some complications. I was a sickly child. So I spent a lot of time in and out of hospitals as a child, so I guess my path in life was structured so that I would become a doctor. So fast forward, I was used to the hospitals, etc., I became a doctor. I became a doctor, went to medical school. Medical was eventful, it was hard. There's some doctors in the house. If any doctor is in the house, I know there's some doctors in the house. Medical school is hard and long. But like Maya Angelou says, all good things take time. So, I became a doctor. But in medical school, two things that happened to me, and you can take note of this, and the reason why I say this is that good and bad things happen in the same place. And so life is not always black and white. There's shades of gray. I met the love of my life, and I lost my brother. That was my major, losing my brother was like my first major encounter with death that really impacted me. But needless to say, I didn't know that I was going to have more death, more loss in my life. But that was number one. Now, after I became a doctor, that was the end-all, be-all. It's such a big deal, oh, you're a doctor. But no, I had so many questions after becoming a doctor. What the hell am I going to do with the rest of my life? I'm a doctor, I should be happy. Yes, I was happy, but what am I going to specialize in? Where am I going to live? really didn't know what I was going to do. But I had so many questions. I had a yearning. I knew fundamentally that I wanted to help people. I love helping people. But for me, it was more that I realized that I still didn't have enough skills that I wanted or that I needed. And I realized that for me, the yearning was, why were we even sick in the first place? So my focus was, okay, how could I prevent this? And so I said, okay, I was going to learn more. When it came to applying to schools, I didn't even think of applying to any schools but the Ivies. I was like, where can I learn? And I said, okay, the number one school then was Harvard and Hopkins, and so I applied. I got into Hopkins. And I didn't apply because I thought I'm not the most brilliant girl in my class. I wasn't. I didn't think I was. I knew I was not, but I didn't even think about all that stuff. I only knew that I was good enough to try. And I tried. But if you don't try, you'll never succeed. And so I got it. And then a few years later, I decided, okay, I went to Hopkins, and I still want to learn more. I got into Hopkins. Because people in Hopkins don't have some things. And so, after all of that, I realized I'm done with educating myself. But over the course of that, too, I was having a lot of, I had a lot of brushes or bouts with death. So, unfortunately, my father, who I love dearly, passed away. He had cancer. And he was living with me and we managed it. But even before my father, my uncle died of cancer during that time space of my brother and my father. Another uncle died of cancer. And then my father died, and my cousin died. And, I just had death all around me. And then I was like, okay, enough. So then imagine this. I was like, enough. And then I was like, imagine this. Imagine deciding to start a business thousands of miles away in another country. Imagine trying to start a business that nobody thought you needed. Imagine trying to do a business. Or imagine deciding or having the opportunity to earn $250,000 a year and deciding, no, I don't want to earn that. I want to earn zero. And also I want to spend the money that I have on a business that nobody said they didn't even want, in a country that nobody wants to live in. And that's what I did. I decided to go to Nigeria, leave the United States, and go and start Magna Carta Health. Magna Carta Health is my preventive health organization because I realized that, hey, people have died enough in my family. And so I turned my pain into my purpose. I turned my pain into my passion. That in my family, people died partly because they didn't have enough preventative medicine to take care of themselves, to realize that, hey, they were sick, and partly because I was a doctor, and I had studied, and I knew that, okay, this really works. And I decided, in the United States, a lot of people get preventive checkups. It's necessary here, but it's more necessary in Nigeria. So I told my husband and I decided to start it. And in between, I had lost even my mother-in-law. She didn't die of cancer, but she also had some preventative health conditions, and I loved her to death. And so all these connections with death was fire within me to do this, and I did it. It's hard as hell. It was hard. Spending your money, going to Nigeria. I was staying there. My first year, I was there for 8 months out of a year, and my family was here. And people thought I was crazy. My friends thought I was crazy. My family thought I was crazy. People in Nigeria thought I was crazy. Everybody wants to get out of Nigeria. What the hell are you doing? The Nigerians thought I was crazy. They were trying to steal from me. Those of us that are Nigerians know how it is. And so anyway, I did that. Now, but the message there is that if God has called you to do something, even though nobody believes in you, you need to do it. Because God did not, my friends, God did not call a family meeting when He put that vision in your mind to do it. So nobody might believe in it, nobody might understand it, but if you do, you need to take it and run with it, okay? So believe in yourself. Now, how many of you really, if I ask you, who are you? Would you be able to tell me? Some of you are shaking your head yes, some of you are shaking your head. Who are you? Some of you are saying yes, but saying no. Sometimes we don't ask who we are. So I'm going to give you some homework. And we're going to do Q&A. You guys are going to I want you to write down on your phone or a piece of paper, who am I? Okay? I want you to say, and what is your story? Everybody should have a story, right? And what do you want in life? If you don't sit down and think about it, what do you really want in life? Everybody, this is not about being a CEO or anything. You know, not everybody wants to be a CEO, not everybody needs to be a CEO. But who are you? What is your story? And what do you want? Like, that is your homework number one. So, let me tell you a few things. So, there's this guy. He was a janitor in a hotel. He heard Oprah was coming to town, to his hotel. So Oprah was in town in his hotel. He said he was going to meet Oprah at all costs, get her autograph. I don't know if you guys know the story. And so he was hoovering, and he's like, I'm going to get Oprah's autograph. And she walked past him, but she was so awestruck, he couldn't talk to her. And then he went to ask, when is she leaving? He found out, he was like, I had to see Oprah. And so he stood by the elevator doors, like practically all day waiting for Oprah to pass. Oprah came down from the elevators. He saw her. He couldn't talk to her. She was walking past him. Just before she got out of the airship, he goes, Oprah, I need your autograph. And then, what did you tell me when I was down there? And then she walked all the way back, and she gave him her autograph. Years later, this guy worked his behind off. He worked so hard because he had a vision and a mission in his mind. He knew who he was going to be. And guess what? He's one of Oprah's best friends now. Guess what that person is? Does anybody know? Okay. She didn't remember. But you can imagine Tyler Perry telling one of his friends that day that, oh, guess what? I'm going to be a superstar. You're like, get out of here. You're not going to be nothing. You're a janitor. How would you believe Tyler Perry, a janitor, would ever be who he is today? There is so much inside of you. We just have to find it and do all you have to do to be who you are or who you can be, right? There's somebody called Zach the Baker. Does anybody know Zach the Baker? I was introduced to him a few months ago by his cousin, just at a conference. And the reason why I bring him up is that Zach the Baker, he's on Instagram. I just joined Instagram. I'm not very good at it. But the thing is, Instagram is following him. But the point about Zach the Baker is, he's famous for one thing. He bakes bread. And his cousin was saying that, how are you going to make money making bread? Right? But guess what? He makes challah, one type of bread. He feeds us up. He's a star. Not just maybe he has like 100,000 followers or whatever, but he makes a lot of money. He's so popular in Miami. Like, he's a big deal. Baking bread, one type of bread, challah. So the point is, whatever you can do it damn well and do it. And the sky's the limit. Just where you put your energy, if you put 100% of your energy anywhere, it's going to grow. Before I go, I'm going to give you some tools, right? And your homework, because I have to go, right? What's in your toolbox? So what is your brand? You need to have a brand. And unfortunately, that's just the time we are in now. Toolbox brands. The easiest way to brand yourself is on LinkedIn. If you don't have a LinkedIn profile, you need to get one now. If you have one, you need to review it. Make sure because it's like your CV out there in the world. If you don't have one, create one. You need to have one, you need to go and review it, and revamp it. That's number one. Number two, you need to write down your goals for 2019 and beyond. Actionable goals. And then number three, you need to find the resources for you to make those goals come true. Number four, who is your village? Find your village. There are women. This is a beautiful thing. There are women helping women. And you need to find people, they say, and I think in the Bible, is it iron sharpened iron? I'm not going to Yes. You need to find people that are going to sharpen you, because if you don't, you're going to get yourself into trouble. You need to read. There are ways to read now. Audiobooks, soft books, online, everything. Read as much as you can. Seek knowledge. And then you need to learn from others. Pay to learn. Find a coach. Find a mentor. Pay for training. And last but not the least, I started a platform called Mentoring Her. Before you go, please, we'll talk about that later, but maybe at the back you can subscribe through her, just for the newsletter, but most importantly, go to www.mentoringher.com. It's a platform where women can mentor other women. It's new, we're in beta now, so we're still working on the website, but more importantly, you can do better, and you must do better. Thank you very much.